You're now listening to the Sesame Baby Podcast, where we talk about our life and the unique moments we've survived. And now for your hosts.
Everybody, thank you for listening. This is your host, So Easy. I'm here with Miss Banks and Cakemonch on episode 3 of Sesame Baby Podcast. Disclaimer, this episode has been pre-recorded because Miss Banks and myself had prior engagements during the Valentine's Day season. Meaning Thursday we will not be here. So in advance, don't call in because nobody's going to pick up. But if you want to practice dialing in for next time, by all means, just call in and it'll be what it'll be. So this episode will be played for you live, but it was pre-recorded. The video will go up as usual on that Friday. So that's what I have for them. As she put her cheek all over the mic. Okay. I guess that works.
I just love it so much. So how was your weekend, everybody?
It was good.
Oh, wait, no. It was actually great. I took my man to a steakhouse for his birthday. He was born in the month of love. Mm-hmm. So that was nice. Yeah.
I was actually supposed to meet up with Sabrina, but I ended up getting too lit and I forgot to text her and tell her we were out there. But I had a pretty crazy and amazing time. I went to Tanner Smith's. I went to Toloache. I went to Club Space. And we got crazy.
That's pretty cool.
That
my
sounds
man and I just went to sleep after steak.
Oh, no. I spent too much money, though. Too much money.
Same.
So look, guys, episode 3 will be about, the topic is mind your own damn business. Mm-hmm. But before we get into it, we're going to share our embarrassing moments as we usually do. And as promised, I guess I will go first and share my embarrassing moment that a listener from last week had texted me to mention. So to set up the story, here's it goes. Here's it goes, or here's how it goes. Either way it's going. So I'm hiking upstate New York. I forget the name of the park. We're on a trail. We're about 2 miles out. And my stomach starts to rumble. And, you know, you're just hoping maybe it's some gas or whatever. So, you know, I'll be all right. Let it rumble a little bit more. Try to poop. Little poop, 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 poop. Oh, let me not do it until like, but poop, poop, poop. But stomach is still like, whoa, that time out. That wasn't me pooting. I'm gonna snitch. Who was that? You, Miss Banks?
Of course it was.
Good job. So that was Miss Banks.
That wasn't a real poop.
No, but
right.
That bodily noise came from her, not from me. And so to continue what I was saying, so I remember we got to an area where there's like a lot of rocks. And now my stomach, for it was like bubbling, but now it's like, you know, like you're getting a hot sensation. So at this point, something lavely is going to come out. And you can't hold it because it's liquid, and you know that we're all grown-ups. We know when it gets to that point, it's going to be real. And so, I know there's no point in trying. I mean, you can try to hold it, but then you're going to really embarrass it. So I was hiking with somebody at the time. And thankfully, I thought I brought baby wipes with me. So no shame in my game. I already knew, like, I got baby wipes. I'm good money. And so we're hiking. I didn't let that person know I had to go, though. So we're hiking. And I think she turned around and she was like telling me something. I was like, I gotta take a shit. I just cut her off. I got that from Charlemagne. His book is, I forgot the name of it, but it's pretty good. And he was like, you don't want to be embarrassed, just own the truth straight up. Like, put it out there before they do. So I was like, I gotta take a shit. Stomach hurts, gotta take a shit. You said you hear me?
I said I agree.
Oh, yeah. So she said, go do what you gotta do. I was like, all right, but you gotta walk over there. I'm not gonna take a shit with you right here. That's just not happening. So that person walked about a couple feet away. I'm like, nope, I can still keep going. At this point, my stomach is burning. It's lava in the lower intestine, so it's about to make exit. So I walk over to the, it was a big rock, and it was like nothing but rocks. Like I was on a rock next to a big rock. And I just copped the squat. I pulled down my pants. I copped that squat. And it was so relaxing, but it was straight liquid, y'all. It was like, I could have had a stomach virus at the time, the way it was just coming out like that. It was pretty bad. And but I had baby wipes, and I'm just letting it go. Splash, 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 splash. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it real. Like, some splashed on my calf, because I had shorts. It was summertime. A little splat on my calf, but I had baby wipes. I wiped down and stuff. You know, and it's what everybody does. I looked back to see the damage, and it was pretty intense. It looked like people throw paint on canvases for, like, artwork. That's what I was working with, but on the ground. And so that person wanted me to mention that. But what I did do is that I went on Instagram Live about 2 minutes later and talked about how beautiful nature was, and I had to mention that I took a shit and
ruined it.
no, I didn't ruin it. I mean, I just want the people to know, like, I own it. I can laugh at myself. It happens. I mean, it wasn't like I shit on myself. I think that would be worse.
Definitely.
And I'm thankful that I have baby wipes. Keep baby wipes around. They're useful for many
They're
things.
the best. They're life-changing.
Yes.
I always keep
Are baby wipes disinfecting though?
I don't know.
Because I'm just wondering,
They're not
like-
alcohol wipes. If that's what you want, I wouldn't
You
put
didn't even
alcohol.
get to wash your hands. You got
I mean-
E. coli on your hands.
I
Very
mean, I'm living
dangerous.
like the ancestors. They didn't do that. They just, they was in the woods doing what they do. I took some dirt, made a little cloud and kept it moving.
All right.
When you get back to the car, you can, but you're in nature. What are you gonna do?
You seem to have a lot of, your embarrassing moments have to deal a lot with like
your rear
pooping,
end.
farting.
His rear end.
I
Your
mean,
rear end.
I'm sorry, I'm human.
Your hiney gets you in a lot of trouble.
I mean, fair enough. So that's my embarrassing moment. Wanted to share with you guys. If you've shit in nature before, let me know. We can be like nature shitting buddies. Oh shoot, that's $2. Oh, 'cause I cursed twice. But
See, $5 a piece.
no, $2. So next.
I almost knocked down the table.
Yes, and if you hear a lot of like noise moving and rummages, because Ms. Bake for some reason wants to wrestle the table this episode. I don't know why she's giving it elbows and forearm drops and
For some reason, I can't stay still. I don't know. Well, I have a simple, embarrassing moment, just real quick. It was when I was in Mexico. Elliot is a witness.
So easy, not Elliot.
Sorry, so easy is a witness to this. I
don't know nothing.
Anyway, I was walking to get into my wonderful hammock, and we were in this place called Zelha, and it's like a, activity park. So I was getting in the hammock. I had my drink, I had my food, and as I went to sit in the hammock, I completely did like a 180. I flipped completely over
Yes.
and busted my ass in the sand, and I fell hard. Like, I fell hard.
You
It
think
hurt
she really fell?
so bad. But my drink, I did not spill my drink. I landed with it upright, and it was beautiful. But I just stayed there for like 2 minutes because I couldn't believe what happened. And then I look over, and all you guys are laughing. That was me.
It's what shout out to Pete. He's actually in the chat. He's listening. If you had the MixLr
What up,
app
Pete?
on Tuesday, because you're probably hearing this Thursday, you would have got a notification that we're going live. This is a pre-recorded show that we're doing because neither one of the hosts will be available on Thursday, so we will be going live with a pre-recorded show. So feel free to call in now if you have anything to tune into. Continuing.
That was it for me for my embarrassing moment. From your end, what did it look like?
What? When I shit it in the woods?
No, from when
Oh.
when I flipped over.
Oh, it looked like somebody who bust their ass trying to get on the hammock. That's self-explanatory.
The drink
I owe $3.
was good, right?
Yeah, the drink was good. I saved my drink.
That's how many embarrassing moments she has. That she can like intuitively just save things around her.
Yes.
Just from
All right, what
Oh.
about you, Cakemonch?
I made a mistake. Don't pay me no mind on the video. They hear you. Don't worry about this noise, y'all. It's technical difficulty. I'm like, why is she
not
so
even plugged
airy?
in, girl.
Yeah, Cakemonch wasn't plugged in, y'all. They hating the guys that be. So, yeah, but continuing to go. Wasn't too bad of a story though. Let's see if we get her mic working. We're gonna turn her up. Go ahead and say hi to the people, Cakemonch.
Hello.
There we go.
Oh wow, that is a significant difference.
Yeah, it's called having a microphone on you.
Amazing.
That is what it sounds like when you have a mic on you.
All right. So, I don't tend to have like a lot of embarrassing moments. I'm the type of person that like tends to like laugh at like what happens to me.
Mm-hmm.
So, I had to think really hard for this one, but one time I was walking around New York City with my ex, whose name shall remain unmentioned. But I was walking around New York, and there was a man who kind of like hollered or something. Not hollered, but he just
Just
stopped.
like, hey, shawty, what's your name is?
Not hollered at me necessarily because he saw me with my couple, but he was just like, hey, you want to buy this?
Cut cold? With your what?
She said couple, but
Oh,
you know what
okay.
she meant.
Oh yeah, yeah.
All right.
No, not
Her
two
boo.
people at the same time. Sorry,
Right.
one person. Yeah. So he saw me with my partner, and he kind of like tried to stop us because he was selling something, and my ex, being the rude person that he was, told him, "Mind your own business."
Damn. Was he? Is
And-
he short? Does he have a Napoleon complex?
No,
Oh.
he's just he was not from here.
Gotcha.
He had just migrated from Europe like very recently, so he had like a language barrier and he didn't know how to address certain situations. So that's how he addressed that. And that man chased us down the
Y'all
block.
ran?
He chased us
Y'all
down the blocks
ran?
and he squared up with my man. He
Really?
squared up with my ex-man. He squared up with him. He was ready. He was ready. He's like, you know what? I'm sick and tired of you white people trying to like put us down and stuff. Like when you have someone like come up to you and they offer you something, you say no, thank you. And
Damn.
And for me that was like super embarrassing because I had told him before the man approached us a second time. I had told him like that's not how you address people.
So who won the fight?
Well, I told him to please stop.
Well, who won though?
No one really won. It was like an argument. There was no one fought anyone,
physical.
but
Was it no
yeah, I
shoving
didn't get.
or nothing?
No, the man
So who
did
won the
get.
argument? Who won the argument then?
I mean, I would say-
I refuse
I would
to think
say-
you out there dating people who lose. So I'm gonna say the guy he was with.
no,
Oh,
he
damn.
did not win the argument because he was wrong from the beginning.
Fair
He should
enough.
have not addressed the man the way that he did. And you see, when you feel embarrassed for other people,
Right.
so that's like how I
Well-
felt at that moment. I felt like super
We
embarrassed.
have Pete in the chat agreed with you. He said the other guy won. You're trying to be nice, but he also asked previously. When you say with her couple, he wanted to know like what are you talking about with your couple?
Oh, I clarified that. I am sorry. Not a couple. I wasn't with two people. I was with one person. Sorry, my accent
okay.
came out.
Yep.
But yeah, that was very embarrassing for me because I like to be nice and cordial to other people, and that situation was the opposite of that. So for me, that was pretty embarrassing
Oh,
to have to deal with that.
I think that might be the least embarrassing story we shared so far this show.
Yeah, I don't have that many. Sorry,
it's
guys.
fine. I mean,
It's embarrassing when your man is just like,
A dick.
yeah.
oh, damn.
Yeah.
It is, and you have to answer for like a lot of the stuff that he does because you know he's with you.
Yeah, he
Right.
represents me, man. Like,
Yeah.
that was my choice to like choose him. So I mean, I like to always surround myself by nice people, and that was
Right.
just a moment where he wasn't very nice.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you moved on from him, and hopefully
Yes, I
the
did.
next man is a little bit better when it comes to
Absolutely.
etiquette and street savvy,
Yeah.
New York street savvy in particular. If you look to your right, you'll see Miss Banks looking like. Yeah. So, all right, moving along. Topic of tonight's show is mind your own damn business, and I think the breast. What does that mean, breast?
The best person.
Not breast, but breast. I don't know what's going on, but the best person to bring that topic in would be Ms. Banks. Holla for $1, shawty. What up?
Well, I have a very personal story that I want to tell today.
Okay.
It hurts
Does
to
it
talk
hurt?
about it. It hurts to talk about it. So background on this story, I was actually supposed to go on a date with a guy who had kind of like stood me up a couple of times previously before that.
Yeah.
But this time he was like, I'm gonna be there, and I got like all dressed up. I made reservations for a restaurant. What was that?
I was trying to tell you, like, you don't have to you can put your hands in front and still move it so you don't hit the mic. I didn't want to do it on air, but we're learning and we're growing, people. We're learning and we're growing.
Thank you.
And talking to the mic, like, see how my lips are here, but I just cut my eye this way, like, hey, I'm telling you a story.
All right,
There
got
you
you, got you.
Like, don't just turn your whole head because it sounds different from here, and then you go here, then you go here. That's
Yeah,
all.
thank you.
Yeah, we're learning. We're learning. Oh, we got another listener. K. Rowland is in the chat. Hello, K. Rowland. How are
Hey,
you?
K.
We
Rowland.
are previously recording the show. It will go live on Thursday. It will be a recorded show. The show you listen to now will go live on Thursday because neither one of us will be available on Thursday. So
You just made this really funny fart sound with your, and I just
Man.
made a weird sound.
it's all types of weird noises going on this show. We're gonna work it out. It's a process.
Okay. So anyway, I had been stood up by this guy a couple of times. And then finally he was like, okay, we're going to go. I made the reservations. And then like 30 to 45 minutes beforehand, he ended up canceling. So
That
I was very
sucks.
sad.
What was
Yes.
the reason for the cancel? No reason.
Something with his son. I don't know.
Oh.
But it wasn't true. He's a liar.
Oh shit.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna leave it there. Keep going.
Anyway, I was feeling sad. My cousin invited me out for drinks. I went to drinks. I had a good time. As I was on my way to the subway, I lit up a cigarette, and I'd say probably like a minute later, this lady walks by, and she was like, "You shouldn't be smoking while you're pregnant." And then I'm just like, I freeze because I'm like, what? I'm not pregnant? And then as she says that, another lady walks by and says, I thought the same thing too.
Oh my
So it was
goodness.
kind of like a double
You got
punch
double
to the gut.
Yo.
Yeah. And
So maybe you drank like a lot of beer before that happened. You had like a little beer belly thing going on.
no, I mean, when I gain weight right in my stomach. Like nothing happens to my thighs or anything. It just goes straight to my stomach.
Straight
so
to the belly.
I mean, I do look, I guess you would say slightly preggo, but I mean,
like 2 weeks pregnant.
do you feel that people should just come up? I mean, I cried the whole way home, like on the train.
Why did you cry?
Because I was already feeling self-conscious. I got stood up, and then I have chicks thinking I'm pregnant as I'm getting on the. It was a rough day. It was a
Right.
rough day, but I feel that people should mind their own damn business.
Okay.
Do you think that people should come up to you randomly in the street?
I mean,
I guess they care about.
exactly.
They care
about
that I was
your
smoking while I was
unborn
pregnant.
baby that didn't exist.
I mean, but I wasn't like, I didn't look 9 months, 8 months pregnant.
That's what they cared about.
They cared about a person.
Yeah, so you can't
If you
be-
can't really tell though, if you can't really tell that somebody's visibly pregnant, mind your own damn business.
I think they.
If I was looking 8 months pregnant, I think that, okay, they can say something to me. But if I just got a little fat on my stomach, you're just gonna come up to me like that? That's so mean.
I don't know. I personally probably wouldn't say anything to somebody smoking that might look pregnant. But I'm just a New Yorker, and that's how I was raised. Me mind my own business. So
Thank you.
That's just what it is.
Yeah. I
Like,
would never approach anyone
Yeah.
that I wouldn't be 100% sure. I mean, even if I was 100% sure and I looked at them smoking, I'll be like, damn.
Like,
But then
damn,
I'll
that
just-
mother sucks.
Yeah, but then I'll just keep it moving. Like, you don't know how people are going to react nowadays. You
And
can't,
people are crazy.
yeah, you can't play with people like that. You have to watch what you're saying, especially in a city like New York where everyone
Right.
is so different.
Did
So.
you tell them that you weren't pregnant?
I just said, I'm not pregnant.
That's it. You just yelled it out,
Yeah.
and then what? You stormed off through
Yes.
a fit, like you were 6 years old.
Yes.
It's just my birthday.
Basically.
Okay.
I wish I would have said something to them. But this is not the first time that happened to me. It happened to me probably a couple years before that, and it did happen to me when I was 18 and I was going into the club and they told me I had to sign a waiver if I'm pregnant.
Oh my
What the
goodness!
hell? Yo, what's
Yep.
going on in the world?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe you should just have kids
Yo,
at that point. You know, just have
I guess
them.
so. I might as well.
That's wild.
so
I know.
crazy.
I've never experienced that.
Well,
I wouldn't, I guess, but I've
yeah,
never-
I'm like,
I'm just saying, I've never experienced that. We got a Pete in the chat. He's asking, would you give up your seat on the bus if the lady looks pregnant, but you're not sure? I would. I just do stuff like that.
same. I would rather give my seat to a pregnant woman than give my seat to the elderly. Seriously,
Yeah.
because that's
I would give my
I
seat
think-
to both, pregnant and elderly. Like, it doesn't matter.
no,
to me.
absolutely. But if like I saw like maybe like an
One-on-one?
elder, I would
Yeah.
pick the person who's pregnant for sure.
But it's only if they're visibly pregnant. Because my sister actually, she did that to somebody and she got very mad
Wow.
because she wasn't pregnant. You just can't make assumptions.
You can't. I mean, but at the same time, can you get mad at the person? Because their intentions are for the best interest of your unborn, non-existing baby. So you can't be mad. Like, they cared enough to care about your womb that doesn't have a child. But it could have had a child. And they cared about that.
True. Your friend just asked you if I was fat.
He says also fat. I don't know. He just said, Pete in the chat has said also fat. I don't know what the full question is. I don't know if he's asking if you're fat or if we would give up our seats to somebody who was fat.
Oh, if you would give your seat to somebody who's fat?
Can we replace the word fat with a heavy person?
Sorry.
I guess to be like correct-ish?
No, yeah. Correct-ish?
I don't know. He'll clarify
Politically
what
correct?
he's actually
Overweight.
asking. There you go. Overweight. That just sounds
pleasantly
luxurious.
plump.
Pleasantly plump.
Big boned.
Big boned.
Yeah, so that's so it only happened twice. It's not gonna ever happen again, right?
I hope not.
It
I
won't.
just lost us 30 pounds, but I still have a little gut.
Positive thoughts bring positive outcomes. It's not gonna happen again.
No. If it does, I'm gonna whoop somebody's ass.
Really?
You owe $1.
Oh,
I'll pay
I owe
$1
like
for that.
4 already.
Exactly. All right. Do I have a mind your own business? I don't think I have. You have one, Miss Cakemonch?
I think I do. Yes. I was at the bar a couple of weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
A bar around my neighborhood, and I was striking this conversation with this dude who just seemed like he wanted to talk. And we all of a sudden like started talking about social issues, and all of a sudden he just asks me, "Who did you vote for?"
Oh, damn.
And
That's
it
a
doesn't
personal
matter.
question.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, even if we have the same answer, man. Like, I don't ask me that.
Yeah, it's personal.
Like, I don't like being asked who
Like,
I
was there-
vote for or what my
Religion
what's
is.
anything relating
Yes.
to my religion. So
Is there a pre-contact that were you having a discussion already about it, or?
we were talking
You
about
just went right
social
into it.
issues. I was talking about, I don't know. We were talking about he got into. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and say it. He was a white dude talking about Black Lives Matter.
Okay.
And I was like, okay. And we were just discussing back and forth. And he's like, oh, sometimes I don't like the whole race card like being brought up in certain situations. And I'm like, well, it's not about. And I was telling him it's not about the race card being like thrown in situations. It's just like people are entitled to talk more about issues that matter to them. So then he just randomly asked me, he was like, oh yeah, you're right, who do you vote for?
Oh.
And I'm like, we weren't talking about that.
Right.
And he's like, but you just said that we should talk about issues that matter to us.
Right.
And I'm like, we were talking about social issues, man, but you just asking me who I vote for, it's like a very personal question.
Right.
And even if we have the same answer, like
It's personal.
it's I
It's
don't have to
personal.
answer that.
You don't. It's personal.
So I was like, that was a moment for me where I was like, yo, mind your own.
Did you tell him that,
business.
or what was the response?
My response was, I'm not going to answer that
All
because
right.
that's not what this conversation is about.
Right.
What about
So-
times where you feel like you shouldn't mind your business? Like seeing people fight in the street, couples fight in the street. I mean, have you ever run into somebody where you just wanted to jump in and help? I mean, we did a short film about this.
Yeah, and in reality, to that situation that the short film was done on, when we witnessed it, we did absolutely nothing. People, what are you going to do, interfere and get stabbed?
Yeah.
She ended up leaving him with him anyway. I mean, people don't know what we're talking about, so I guess I'll plug it. If you go onto vimeo.com/Janelle Productions or search on the internet for short film Band-Aid, you will see exactly what we're talking about. Pretty much it's a short film which portrays domestic violence from a random couple as 3 onlookers happen to be witnesses to it. They try to help the female. She ends up going and leaving with her physical assaulter anyway. So, to paraphrase if you will, that's what it was about. But yeah, I mean, people die from interfering with other people's business. I mean, that's why they have police. Be a better witness than a hero. I would say that. I'd give it that to anybody. Be a better witness than a hero, because you just never know.
Or don't save old ladies that are walking in the bus lane.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, that was shade thrown to the old lady who turned down help from Janae,
Yes.
from Miss Banks. That was great.
Yeah.
I have never forgotten that moment.
So you saying that you should have minded your own business?
Yeah, but that lady, she was walking in the bus lane.
right.
She was like hunched over. I
Okay.
didn't
So
think
she
that she
couldn't
could
see.
see. I didn't think that she could see anything. And a bus is coming towards her. and I just run out to go save her.
And the people didn't think that you cared about your baby, and so they just ran out to tell you to stop smoking.
Plot twist.
Same
No, she was about to get
process.
hit by a bus.
And you were about to smoke a cigarette and do damage to your child. But you ended up not being pregnant, but you say they should have minded their business. So?
Yeah, well, she yelled at me in the street. She said, "Get away from me!"
Hey, elderly people got no filter.
Oh, man.
They keep it real. Elderly people definitely keep it real.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand where those ladies' hearts were.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were trying to be, I think they were generally trying to do the right thing. They just didn't know.
But you can really hurt somebody by saying what they were saying.
If they would apologize, I think it would have been better. I don't think they didn't give you an apology or anything of that
They
nature.
didn't believe me.
Oh,
they
wow.
looked like they didn't believe me at all.
Oh, man. I mean, well, you worked on that, and it's not going to happen again, so that's the best thing.
It is, I guess. I'm still, butthurt about it, but it's all good.
I'm laughing because she wanted to work on her mic
Oh, sorry.
presence.
And I keep messing
she's
it up.
literally not, but it's good funny because she'll see it later and she'll just be all upset again. That's why I laughed. But yeah, that's that. Do you have a Black History moment?
I don't have a Black History moment. Well, I guess it's a moment in Black history. It is a Black History fact.
So you want to share a fact with us?
Yes.
All right.
I want to talk about Cathay Williams. She was the one and only female Buffalo soldier posing as a man named William Cathay to enlist in the 38th Infantry in 1866.
Okay.
She served for 2 years before a doctor discovered that she was a woman, leading to her discharge.
Right.
I thought that was a really cool fact.
Oh my God.
It reminded me of Mulan.
Yeah, she's like a black Mulan. It's so cool.
I don't get the reference, but I will watch Mulan now. And
You never watched Mulan?
years ago, I just didn't idolize the movie because there's way better movies to idolize. But
Be a man, you must be swift
Okay.
as a foot. Wait, coursing with be a man.
I'm just gonna point
you
out
must be-
that Janae likes to grab the mic a lot, so you'll hear a lot of noise in the mic.
If you don't stop judging me,
I'm trying to help. You said you wanted to work on it, and then you're like, I gotta give you a spinner so you can just do it right here.
just wrap it on my face.
Oh my God, the little fidget cube.
Yeah, just that'll just flick it like here under the table. I'll share another Black History moment. This happened maybe in 2017 at some point. I'm on Xbox with my friends about 3 a.m, and we're playing NBA 2K. Probably 18 or 17, I don't know. Anyway, we're playing 2K. We're doing a pro-am match, which is pretty much you and your friends all on the same team, and you play like a random group of actual players that are on another team. So we get paired up with a team, and it ends up that we're going to their gym, because you can create your own gyms, and either you're going to play at your gym or somebody else's gym. We end up going to their gym to play. Their gym, the symbols that they used was very creative. They were able to use the options that are provided you to create the gym and like put designs. They had swastikas and like gorilla imprints, and like so it'll be like swastikas on some ends, and then they'll be like they'll spell out the word kill, and then they'll put like gorillas in there. It was like very racist. It was a racist game, and it was close, and we were playing them in the game. I mean, we just labeled them the Nazis because clearly from the swastikas. It was a close game, and we actually ended up winning by I think like 1 point or 2 points. And we were so excited, like 3, 4 in the morning. Like we were all yelling when we won. It felt like we accomplished something. Like we should have had a movie. Like it felt like Independence Day, and I was like Will Smith. for real. Like it was awesome.
Or Karate Kid.
Yeah, but I should have recorded. I don't have any clips. My friend might have clips, but it was pretty epic. And that's my Black History moment. I mean, it applies in my eyes. That's it.
That's messed up.
Sorry, but that's the.
But I'm glad you guys kicked ass.
We did. No, it wasn't kick ass because like it was. We only won by like 1 point. It was a close game. We had to really like dig deep and just try. We won though, and that's what matters. So, shout out to my team that actually played that day, and we defeated racism. Because that was awesome. That was awesome.
Yeah.
All right, folks.
What about Cakemonch?
Oh wait. Oh, do you have a Black History moment? I'm sorry.
It's all right. You guys put such good stories out there. I feel like I'm gonna sound really shallow, but I'm really I'm really into makeup. And I just want to say that I'm super proud of Rihanna for her launch.
Really?
For the Fenty beauty line that she released, because it did make a statement in terms of like including women of color into makeup launches more. And it's funny because a lot of high-end brands don't include like these shades that fit those women of color more oftentimes, because they think, oh well, they don't sell as much, there's not a high demand, so we don't put them out there first. And they always make this demographic wait longer for the release, and that's not fair, because if you don't make these foundation shades, how do you expect the people to buy them?
I agree.
You know what I mean? So Rihanna's line proved a point with that, because the first ones that cleared the shelf were the darker shades.
Nice.
So I am very happy that she, you know, made the decision of releasing 40 shades and making such an inclusive brand and proving a point that, you know.
Okay. Well, shout out to the people that actually purchased them.
Yeah.
Clearly, there's a demand. I get tongue-tied sometimes.
It was great.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, before we start Game of Questions, I have gifts for you guys.
For real.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, you sweetheart.
She got me a heart.
She got me a heart.
She got me a heart of chocolate. I feel bad. I don't have one for you.
I'm
you don't?
sorry.
Yo.
I came here expecting you to have something for me. I just thought you were going to surprise me, but
Oh my
right.
God, I feel awful. Cakemonch, tell me you have something for her.
No.
Oh.
I got sweet and sour chicken.
Oh my God. I'm trying to think.
I'm joking. I didn't expect you guys to have
Nah.
anything for me. I just thought of you
my
guys
God.
as...
Yo,
got us
and I'm so
chocolate.
crazy that I like opened it right away. Like I saw it was a box of chocolates, and I'm like, chocolate, and I started opening it.
Yeah,
like,
she opened it. You'll see it on the video. YouTube.
Coconut
The video will be on
cluster.
YouTube, guys. Go to youtube.com. Just search Sesame Baby Podcast. It'll pop up. There's a playlist going, so all episodes will be uploaded to that. We thank you for listening. Once again, we do encourage you guys to email us at SesameBabyPodcast.com for any ideas or suggestions. We also would like for you to check out the website at SesameBabyPodcast.com to just check the audio episodes if you want to check that out as well. Now we're going to move on to the game that we do at the end. And I'm going to pick first for Cakemonch. Even though I feel like I might get her, I feel like I'm going to get her a question. Danae, you wrote on this paper, right? All right, yeah, because I don't want to give her own question. So you have 5 seconds, Shouty.
All right.
Oh, 5 seconds to name 3 people in your family you want to slap. Go.
Damn.
2,
Mom, Carrie, and
4.
Audrey.
All right, you just made the cut. We'll give you that. She just made the cut.
And I put all their names and everything. Yo, I betrayed them.
You're like, Mom,
Mom.
it's you.
Yep.
I want to slap you first.
Yeah. she
But I
definitely
won't.
did.
I would never.
You can pick for Janae. Or me. Whatever. Dun 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 dun. Uh-oh. I don't know who that's for.
Oh wow. It's gonna be for you.
No.
Yeah.
All right.
Name 3 snacks, and it can be girls. So 3
Halle
snacks.
Berry, Gabrielle Union, and Selma Hayek.
There are 3 girls.
He already 3 girls?
That was quick. You know
Oh.
your snacks.
Sorry.
No.
I mean,
No need to be sorry.
Oh,
they are
Nestle-
snacks.
Nestle Crunch, Snickers.
Lobster tails?
Lobster tails could be a snack.
That's an expensive
Here
snack.
we go. Ooh. Miss Banks,
Yes.
name 3 cocktails you drink on vacation. Go.
Gin and tonic, margarita,
Hey.
drunk punch? Drunk?
Drunk punch. Okay.
Drunk punch? Yeah. That's it.
Okay. That
All
sounds
right.
great.
We did
Jungle
good.
punch.
We did good in this game.
We
guys.
did. This game was actually, I think, it's the first complete one that we've done. Like nobody messed up. Even though
Nobody's
I'm
messed
going to
up.
take credit for Tallahassee though from last episode because I did
Because it exists,
existed.
guys.
Right.
We fact check it.
definitely existed.
Yeah.
So today we discussed embarrassing moments. We discussed weeks in review. embarrassing moments, Black History Month, and did a game show. So do you want to wrap us up, Ms. Bank, or will I take it away?
I mean, let us know your feedback on our latest episode. I know that we are not live, but I'd still like to hear your opinions on, my situation with the ladies. And we'd like to hear your feedback on the show. I know you guys are going to say, talking to the mic.
Yes, 'cause you were.
Okay.
I
have it next time. Make sure to email us at SesameBabyPodcast@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Facebook at SesameBabyPodcast. And thank you all for listening. Have a great night.
Have a great night.
Good night.
You've been listening to the Sesame Baby Podcast. For more info, check out SesameBabyPodcast.com. Sesame Baby Podcast returns same time next week. Brought to you by Janelle Productions, Loud, Living Out Your Dreams clothing line, and Malcolm Alexander Art.